Hey, folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to our Monday live stream. And let me tell you, as much as I love Dwarf Fortress, and as much as I had a lot of fun on Saturday, I kind of really just wanted to get back to EU5. So it's great to be back here. Great to once again be playing the greatest nation in the world, which is easy to say when that nation no longer exists today, so it's not going to start any fights. We're playing as the Republic of Strasbourg. We are one of the wealthiest nations in the known world, despite our teensy tiny little size. We were having some fun discussions over in the Discord before the stream, and one of the things that I discovered was that of the known markets, someone did point out correctly that the ledger only shows you known world, so like Ming probably has a bigger market or something like that. But of the markets we know about, we are the second biggest market. And if we look at the countries overall and sort by income, we are the fifth highest income. But look at our population, right? We're making slightly more than half of the income of France. And France has 24 times our population ish, somewhere around there, right? I think we're doing okay, but we're still very small. We're turning in lots of money. I mean, if a big one, if France decided to declare war on us, we wouldn't be in great shape. Hopefully, certain things diplomatically are going to stabilize a little bit more. We'll see. Once again, so patch 1.0.5 current came out earlier, and had a variety of little changes in it. They did another pass at tweaking how the Defensive Alliance military laws gets played with, so hopefully it's not bouncing around constantly. They also changed something about with the alliances. I guess one of the issues was like nations would accept alliances that might send them over their like maintenance limit, which would then be one of the reasons they would then immediately break the alliance. So hopefully they're less likely to accept an alliance that they're immediately going to want to break. So maybe that's going to give us a little bit of stability, which is going to be good. There's also a few changes with the economy, which is kind of interesting. First of all, the maintenance cost of trade routes has been increased by 10 times. I don't know where we check the maintenance cost of trade. Like, it doesn't show up as just a balance item. Presumably, see, trade route maintenance over here. So I guess, they were just figuring it to be a little too low. It made it too easy to make tons of bank through trade. So I think that might hurt us a little bit. Although it's possible that like before, like, yes, it's been multiplied by 10. But if this has been updated, and who knows, maybe we'll unpause and our economy's just going to crater and then we'll be doomed. We'll find out. But if this has already been updated, and it used to be we're paying about 4 cents to maintain this, and now it's 40 cents to maintain this, which is still less than, like, maybe it's okay if that's already factored in. Hopefully it is. There's something else that's interesting. Now people, the population are going to consume 10% more of like a need good, like one of the goods they need. They will consume 10% more of it if it's made in the local market, but they won't ask for something that isn't produced in the local market or something like that. What I'm curious about is if it means people will stop asking for rice, because unless rice has been pulled into our market, what's the easiest way to do this? I guess if we look for a good and then we search for rice over here, and then from here, yeah, reactive trade good. There's 2 sources of rice down here, which I don't believe is in our market. No, it is not in our market. Unless someone starts importing or something, although I think it's based on local production. So presumably our regular peasants and stuff won't ask for rice necessarily. We'll see exactly how that shakes out. Because it was a little annoying. It's like, it was never much of a thing, but people were always a little unhappy that they couldn't get it, which I get. Rice is delicious. Who wouldn't want to do it? You can see we still have a need for rice, so I don't think it's updated itself yet. We're going to see what happens when we unpause and let a month or two tick on and see how it goes. How do you access that ledger? Oh, Boyd asked about the ledger. So there's a button right over here for the ledger. Top right corner. In EU4, we were highly reliant on the ledger for a lot of things because there are a lot of kind of almost spy-like information you can get out of it, which I always wonder if certain things in the ledger should have been hidden, like depending on espionage information. Like you could always get a really accurate count of soldiers, which is still kind of the case. Just I don't know if you get it through the ledger or not. Like I don't know if there's a place in here that actually lists their military, but we haven't felt the need to interact with it too much. But it is quite interesting that it's there anyway. Yeah, less info in Ledger in EU5, definitely. Because wasn't there like 60 pages to Ledger in EU4 or something like that? And yeah, we'd use it to like double check on certain army things and whatever, but we've got other ways to look at it. What I would really love is if we could take a bigger chunk out of the Paris market for ourselves. I mean, especially with some of the proximity stuff. What's interesting, if we look at Vassal, so I was doing a little bit of snooping about before we started. It's right on the cusp between Paris and Strasbourg market, and actually it would have more market access to Strasbourg, 83% versus Paris, which is only 64%. So Vassal would actually be much better off being in our market because they'd have a lot more proximity. But being part of France itself, they do have a little bit more pressure. But it is worth noting, there's a bunch of land over here that belongs to France, but is in our trade market. I don't love the fact that France encroached itself so much over here, and maybe the various Germanic states can get back together and like push back a little bit over here. That hasn't been ever something that's happened historically, right? Dermasha, back on YouTube with the super thanks. Thank you very much. Right back at you. Hey, Quill. Tried to form the USA in my latest run. Turns out it's really hard. Who knew history was based on an incredibly intricate series of independent actors making often illogical choices? You know what? There was an interesting thing in what was I watching? Something. I must have been something on the Paradox video. Might have just been a short about nation forming. And one of the things that kind of surprised me, because they said so these are the nations that, in a sense, we could form now. But of course, there's lots more formable nations out there. But to even show up in this list, you need a little something. Like, I think to form, like, was it like to form Prussia? I feel like this is what I was watching the video. To form Prussia, you needed some land, in this area over here, and then it would show up as a list, and you would then see the condition. I don't know if there's a way to find the list of formable nations as a whole. The fact that they don't show up in here until you've at least started to get some of these. So presumably, if I was controlling 0 out of 75 for Lotharingia, it wouldn't show up in here at all. But as soon as we get 1, then it does. And I just don't know if there's a way to like find the full list, because I like in game, because that's always sort of a fun way to like make a plan, right? What is our goal in this game? I don't know. Oh, I can form a certain country. Well, let's go for that. Yeah, the list of all formable nations might be a little crazy, but like I wondered if there was just something, I don't know if there's something they could do to make it more visible. Who knows? Anyway, economy-wise, things are pretty good. We actually, when I loaded up the save today, I did have something like $700 put in there. But I did see the complaint about paper again. This might change once we unpause and like we get a couple of ticks that go by. But so I decided, okay, let's build more of our paper offices, which I think kind of knew we would need. So let's unpause on speed 3 for a second. Let a few days tick by. 73 ducats a month is still being listed. The paper there is still listed. We'll see what happens when it ticks over at the end of the month. It's possible there's cultural requirements and only show your option. There may be some cultural requirements there too, which makes it all the more like, sometimes like the question might be, why isn't formable X even in the list? Right? And then it's like, what do I need to do for this formable to even show up in the list? And so that's why, like, if there was a ledger entry or something like that, just maybe not that interface, right? This interface, we might not want to fill up with everything, or maybe we do. But if there was a list somewhere, and honestly, the answer is going to be, well, there's going to be a Wikipedia page, or not a Wikipedia page, a wiki page for it, because people will have gleaned the nation list from the data files, where you can go through and see, okay, what country is it that I want to form? Like, rather than shopping, it's like, I'm looking for a specific country, like Prussia. It's like, oh, okay, I need this culture, and I need land in this area. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm going to direct that for my playthrough. Our parliament, I feel like there's like no game sounds. It's definitely not muted, but we've had this issue before with EU5. Yeah, it's definitely not muted, despite giving it a the maximum density of music. It just really doesn't play music all the time. And there's not that many sound effects. That's pretty quiet. I don't know. Anyway, we had the parliament going to give our leader some more traits. I'm going to try to do that as often as I can. Our leader's quite young. He's only 22 now. He's not married. Hopefully we can get him married. It's a little bit annoying. I need to get a diplomat again to see, but I think the last times we've checked, there have been no one in the list. We need to get him married so we can have some babies, so we can name some babies after the viewers, because it's been like 3 streams since we've been able to name anyone. Although, as someone pointed out, we did get the random Petra at some point. Someone named Petra, which is fun. Please do not form Petra. I've been at war with them, or Prussia. Been at war with them for the last few, Kiss for Luck Saturday streams. One was Denmark last night. Maybe Paradox had the entire list in there filtered. Yeah, like a thing, you could have a little eyeball, right? Like show and hide all formables. But this might be a crummy interface to scroll through a huge list. That's why I partially wondered, like, maybe a ledger tab or somewhere in the Europedia. I don't know. Honestly, probably the wiki is probably the correct way to do it. But there we are. Okay, so money's continued to be pretty strong. We still have the paper shortage, although that has dipped. I guess some of our paper workshops have come in, some more building. The other thing is we had a ton of paved roads that were queued up at the start of the stream. So a bunch of those have just finished, including one to Lichtenberg. Now, Lichtenberg, I was curious about its proximity to... Oh, which might not matter. Actually, I don't know if it would list, because I'm just wondering if the river here is taken over from the road, because I don't actually see the road in the list. If we look at Hagenau, which is inland, there you go, paved road minus 25. So with Lichtenberg, a paved road to here did nothing because it's got the proximity along the river of minus 30. But we did build some more, which is going to help with proximity, which is going to be great for all kinds of aspect of our economy, because higher proximity equals more control, which is good for us. Also, market access is very important. So that's going to be quite spiffy-doo. We have all the institutions. We do not yet have the New World Institution. I considered swapping this feller here from developing Lower Alsace to pushing that institution. I don't know how important that is. We don't actually care, in my opinion, I don't care about the New World Institution for what it can give us in terms of technologies, although it would give us a tech boost from having another institution in there. I do want it to spread to us for the next era, just because there's like a World Trade or Global Trade or something institution, which can spawn somewhere that does have the New World. So we will want that. One thing I noticed, the road builder will not tell you if building a road will improve proximity. Yeah, that's what I wasn't sure about. Like, we sometimes see color coding with the road builder. Sometimes we'll see areas like Hochberg over here is green. Now, Hochberg isn't even in our nation. Wait, no, that's not true. Hochberg is. And the thing is, it is already at 100% prox. No, it's not in our nation. No, it's not in our nation. If I go to political view. That's funny. It is. It feels like it's our same color, but no, it's an independent thing. So it's not our nation. But the road building here is showing as green. So presumably, oh, actually, constructing a paved road will have the following effects. Capital distance cost of 20 instead of 40. Even though, in a sense, it doesn't do anything for us because it's not in our nation. So that's a little bit weird. Presumably, these numbers would be showing us what the effect would be if it was ours, and it would still benefit that place because it would give them better market access. But yeah, it doesn't actually help us. It improves their market access, which, I mean, I guess it still does help us in that their businesses will be more able to access the market and produce goods and have a higher throughput. So, and, you know, since we care about the overall wealth of the market, that might be nice. But yeah, it doesn't seem that helpful in this situation. So I think the green one is like a clear win. And here it's not, because I don't think everything has either got one or has got rivers. So it doesn't really matter. Although, see, this is interesting. Why is Sarvarden striped? Because this definitely belongs to us. And yeah, capital distance cost of 20 instead of 40. We can build a road here. Its proximity is currently 75%. It's got a paved road from Strasbourg to Sarvarden, or to Sabern. So from Sabern to Sarvarden, it's only a gravel road. So that would be an improvement. But yeah, I can't really... I don't know. Maybe the stripe is there because it's got a level of road, but it could still be upgraded. I think stripe is upgrade, maybe, yeah. Because it's got a gravel road. Well, it's got a paved road part of the way, apparently, but it's got a gravel road within itself. Now it's going to have a paved road and be better. So, I don't know. And actually, one thing that I would probably like I should probably look at interacting with this interface maybe a little bit more, although I'm not sure how helpful it is. There's upgrade roads to paved roads, which I guess is our current roads getting upgraded. Is this like a macro builder? Like, if I click this button, is it going to do the first one? Is this even stuff we control? This is from Morhang to Saint-Avold, which is these two. Which... Metz is my subject. Morhang is part of Lorraine. Like, I don't know... I'm not sure what that gives us. I think another road interface of some description would probably be helpful for determining where and what should be built. Okay, so I have... There we go. Now, I guess, because I have some diplomacy points, we can plan a marriage. I don't think I particularly care who we're getting married to. So, all right, there we go. That's a pretty good age match, 20 and 22. That's good. Road upgrade thing is not doing logically in my experience. Yeah, I wonder. And Metz is not going to be a subject much longer. That's a good point. We are about to integrate Metz. But at the same time, even though we're integrating Metz, why do I care about having a road that goes to Lorraine? Maybe for more trade proximity to Lorraine and things to help keep them in our trade zone. I mean, I don't think it would hurt. The question is, would it help? Okay, we're still doing some weird votes over there, which I'm not going to interact with. What are tech early administrative capacity? +1 cabinet seats. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. I mean, we're adding an extra 33% to our cabinet action possibilities, which is fantastic. I might go ahead and activate the promote institution and try to spread the new world over here. And I guess I'm just going to spread it. Platinet's not integrated yet, although it's getting close. Maybe I'll just work to spread it to lower Alsace. Although I thought Strasbourg itself already had the new world institution. Oh, okay, we get a mouse over there. Would this bring meritocracy over? Interesting. Its monthly chance of 260%. It's obviously not moving because I don't think it's spread near us yet. But would this let it spread to me even though it's not spreading nearby? 25%, 33 increase. Well, it depends because when we're going from 3 to 4, we're increasing by 33%. But if we're going from 4 to 3, we'd be dropping it by 25% because inverse percentages are weird, right? Right? I think. Right? I think. Anyway, so this might still be worth doing this. It says 2-2. I'm wondering if, like, literally meritocracy isn't even the option. Because otherwise the number would show up. I don't know. We'll find out. But while it's 100% spread to the location of Strasbourg, it could definitely go and push up in Hagenau and Lichtenberg. So I'm going to do that. And then we'll have to assign someone as well. The ideal... Ooh, hello. I was going to say, the ideal would be someone from our estate, and indeed that's an option. Maximilian here is pretty good. Only 20 years old and has really good total stats. And in particular, right now, we're looking for someone with admin, and he happens to rock it. Yes, it spreads meritocracy. Really? Okay, that is kind of insane. So if we were to monitor here in Strasbourg, right? Or if we looked at Hagenau, right? Because it's short too. Meritocracy percentage not there, but that might have been the natural one. It's still not here. We'll see what happens after a few ticks. I can't remember. There's a way. Is it here? Here. I zoom out some more, and we mouse over meritocracy. Interestingly enough, it is present somewhere in Europe. I wonder if they did that. If they did the institution spread, and that's how it's shown up anywhere. Actually, wait. It's in Colmar. Meritocracy is in Colmar. Huh, okay. Oh, yeah, and we are indeed getting meritocracy. Okay. In hindsight, then, in butt vision, which I hadn't realized was a thing, maybe we should have done this earlier for meritocracy. And I don't know if I want the stuff in there, although maybe. That's way back in Age of Tradition, right? Yeah. Efficiency of cabinet. Oh, no. Okay, no. That, yeah. Oh, Lord. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we should have done that. Although it might have been slow before. Like, it's a huge percentage chance now, and I'm wondering if it's because we're so far behind on it, effectively. If that's why it's got such an improvement from pushing this. Yeah, meritocracy has insanely good stuff. I also don't know if they have a different research cost. So we have quite a lot in the queue right now. Partially, I am wondering if, like, it might be worth dumping some of these things. I know the trade capacity is pretty good. The prosperity is pretty good. Like, maybe we could ignore the building cost upgrade. I don't know. Maybe we will finish those before we do meritocracy anyway. I won't queue up any more because we'll see exactly how this timing works out. So Hagenau should be going up for the New World as well. Oh, do you have a head cabinet still? That's a great point, and I don't know. We do. actually. Yes. Yeah, because I don't think we can see from the outliner. And there is a cost, I think, to making a head of cabinet. There is. I might actually like it as an alert, letting us know there's none. Or maybe when you have enough money, they're like, oh, you could appoint a head of a cabinet. Speaking of money, let's see here. Unprofitable buildings, start law buildings. Okay, so we have no specific goods shortage. And I don't think we've any roads we're looking to build. I do like to constantly get the RGOs maxed out. Because again, they're just sort of free stuff. In particular, that wine is very profitable. But yeah, honestly, all these RGOs, if they have any profitability whatsoever, we'll just go ahead and build them. I think that's still fine. Although I suppose they also don't grab the demand. Okay, we could spend quite a lot of money for some stability. Republican tradition or prestige. I mean, we kind of are spending money to boost our stability as is. Oh, down here. Honestly, this seems like a pretty good deal. All of a sudden. All right, let's do it. Have you been sending people on Teutonic Crusades? Learn the easy way to get stats on your characters. Really? I don't even know how to do that. I think we have had one crusade pop up. No, I'm not sure. No, I'm thinking of a game I played as another nation. One of my practice games. One of my things I've been playing over the last week. Intervene in rival war. Rhine-Luchtenberger War. Intervene in war. That's Palatinate versus... No. Well, no. Although, we don't have the coalition warning. That's interesting. Patricians are a little salty right now. Sucks to be them. Our burghers still have an insane balance point for the satisfaction. Annexing Metz. There we go. Sets our subjects a little bit. We do still have one. Gain cores. Lovely. Okay. And this might be a thing of, yeah, road builder. And yeah, I guess. Oh, well, that's our money here. Oh, I get another tip. We'll keep the paved roads going. Hey, fish sticks. It's an interface to send someone under Diplo. Ah! Takes 5 years and the person gets plus 10 admin, diplomacy, and plus 30 military. Okay, that is actually really cool. There you go. More cores are kicking in. That's fine. Assimilate. We're setting up max diplomats. What I'll probably do is we're going to do some more of the offer market access. Now, I don't know if this is going to flip any territories, but let's do it. Have we named anyone? No, fish sticks. You're still in the queue. We haven't named anyone for like 3 streams. It's just, at least we did just get our character married off, and he's young, and his wife's young, so they got lots of time to hopefully get some babies happening. Our monthly income just took a huge dip for some reason. We were at plus 70. Oh, it's fluctuating like mad here. I'm not entirely sure why. For the record, people who send to the crusade can also die, so it's not free. Right. Don't think you can do it on the Teutons. Die off. 221, 180. No, yes, our income just took a dip here. Not our expenses, really. It's our income fluctuating. I don't even know what category necessarily. There could be some adjustment going on with the taxes as various things happen. I don't know. Promoting institutions. How we doing here? Okay, yeah, that meritocracy is chooching like crazy. In fact, what I think I might do is instead of developing Lower Alsace, which we'll get back to, I'm going to do more... Oh, can I only have one person promoting an institution at a time? That's interesting. Okay, that seems fine. Or new patch reduces trade income. Yes, new patch definitely does tweak it through a couple of different things. It does change some of the demands for certain goods. It also increases the maintenance on trade. On trade. So that's going to cut into your profit a little bit. And that is where the vast majority of our money was coming from. It's still where a lot of our money's come from. Actually, we're actually making more money from taxes. No, actually. taxes plus minting are outstripping our trade income. If I mouse over here, no, it won't tell me how much we're spending on the maintenance, which is too bad, because that would be interesting. If the maintenance is a line item over here, that might be useful. Merchant's Fractor. Oh, we just got this event. Well, I'm going to keep taking this, spending money for stability, because stability is really good. I mean, I'd like to build more buildings, but... lumber mill. Oh, yeah, because they don't have lumber, but they're building the building to generate wood, which isn't the worst thing in the universe. It's still a good city. I don't know if we were looking to town anything else. Now that we've got these new roads, it might be something to consider. Autosave there. I have increased the autosave frequency, so we're going to get those little pauses from time to time. How much are medicaments worth? Oh, just a base of 1. Like, Bruxelles might actually be a really good candidate for towning. Its proximity could be a little bit better. River, gravel road. So yeah, a paved road from Germersheim to Bruxelles would help with its proximity, which would bring its max control up a little bit. And then, of course, when we town it and build a temple, that's an extra 10% on top of that. So its control would be pretty good. And I think it would be fine to lose a bunch of medicaments RGO, because they're not worth much, and we have a surplus in the market. So this is very much a candidate for towning. Yeah, there's new patch today, 1.0.5, to tweak things. Oh, that's an excellent point. I didn't think about that. So Serafton pointed out, integrating Mets probably increase your base tax more than your effective tax, which is actually a really good note. So our base tax over here, well, I don't know if this is the integration or if it's just wobbling. So the tax base is what determines your costs for things like cost of the court, cultural investment, stability. Those things are based on your base tax, your tax base. And your tax base is not your income, because we're only getting a percentage of that based on our control. And then from that, we personally, as the state, only get a percentage of that based on our crown power, or republic power in this case. So yeah, that is definitely possible that our expenses went up as a result of integrating Mets, but we didn't actually increase our income that much. And of course, they were paying us, vassal fees and things. But I had said we were gonna do this integration with our paved roads, because we were hoping we'd be able to come out on top afterwards. And maybe we will. France has been proclaimed as the economic hegemony, or hegemon. So that gives them some nice bonuses. I think they've got quite a few of those. I don't remember where you see that. There's somewhere. I thought there was a display. There's some display that's kind of like in this upper area of some screen that shows all the hegemonies that something has, but I don't remember where. Oh yeah, we don't have the inflation's kind of annoying. Like, let me run negative inflation for a tick here to bring it down to 0. I really think there should be a little automation button on this to automatically tweak turn on the option to have the minting maintain an inflation of 0. There it is. We hit 0, so now I want to bring it back up to right over here. Neither growing nor shrinking. Yeah, I really think there should be an automation toggle for that. Because sometimes you might not care, in which case you turn it off, you let inflation go up, or you're just looking to not shrink it. But as a default behavior of, I hate that, like, when you click outside the window, the things continue to scroll. As a default behavior, having an option for just maintain 0 inflation seems like it would be so convenient. All right, a bunch of cash again. Things will also change a little bit as more of these integrations finish, especially in the Platinate, although it's coming along well here, but that should do huge things for us. Oh, you know what? We probably have a bunch of marketplaces we can be building in some of the new territory. Yeah. There we go. And while trade is slightly less profitable, I think it's still a huge, huge thing. Why is the Republican tradition capped at 99? It's not. It's at 100, but it's 99.99. There's like some rounding errors going on because it's being brought down by some things, but we're paying money to bring it up, and it's just, yeah. I've got to assume that this is fine. All right, more extra diplomats. Speaking of diplomats, though. Just click on something. What's this current situation with Landau right now? Right, we have no allies. We could go and look again if we can get the alliance system to work now with the new patch. Well, to work, to maintain an alliance. We definitely don't want to fight Bohemia. I think it's because it's a free city and Bohemia is the HRE leader. Maybe when the Emperor dies, maybe a weaker person will take over the HRE leader and it'll open up some options for us. You can only hope. Oh, some of these are assimilation. Sorry. This isn't integrating, this is assimilating. What the frack? $600 for some no, nonsense. These patrician insurgents keep rising up, and that's kind of a little annoying. Who's got the best military score? 47, 43, 57. Although you're really good at promoting institutions. I don't know, I might just do a bunch of development. I mean, assimilation is fine, but it's not the... We're pretty close there, so the overall satisfaction of these things is going to be good. It would be nice to bring them all the way there, but they're probably getting generally pulled in this direction. Yeah, I'm going to just do some more develop. Based on population. Oh, diplomacy tab for hegemony. There it is, under relations. Yeah, it was top area somewhere. Who dis? Oh, Bohemia's got a couple. I think when we checked a while ago, I think we ended up with, I think it was like all France. Like, by a while ago, I mean, you know, maybe 75 years ago in game. Yeah, that's good. The development there is still strong. A few more buildings. Still wondering about maybe towning Bruscal. Take another look at you. Thing, pulling in as many people there as we can. Okay, I'm just X Power not making much money, and most is going to building expenses. Can't really get the money to build up the RGOs. It can be hard to like bootstrap. Like getting to the point where you're making enough money where you can regularly build buildings is very tricky. But then once you got it, then it's sort of snowball. I really do like to focus on the RGOs first because, yeah, they're not reliant on input goods. The promotion is cheap and easy. So it seems like a really good way to start. Although I am admittedly probably overdoing a little bit by doing all of them because some of these were a little weaker. Although, say Baden, Speyer, and Offenburg are crazy with their payback periods. And then, do I really need the extra sand and the wild game in Epinal? Possibly not as much, so maybe I could hold off on that. And then go back to looking at like profitable buildings on this side of things, which can be money directly, or it could be things like the marketplaces, entrepôts, whatever the heck. Printer shops are looking very profitable again. We'll keep an eye out. There is an economy of scale in this game as well. That's one of the things that I might be slightly shooting myself in the foot with the mass builder, right? Because if I use the mass print builder shop, if every time you click on it, it builds one building in a place where it's profitable, and you don't have a deficit of the appropriate burgers in this case, for example. And if you hold control, you do 5 at a time. If you hold shift, it'll do as many as you can afford that are profitable locations. But because the mass builder explicitly excludes anywhere that has a deficit in the workers that are involved in the building, it tends to spread them out. And that may or may not be the ideal, because when you do stack them in building, you do get I think it's a 1% efficiency boost per building that's there. And so building more, and it's like playing Victoria, building more in the same area is quite nice because that efficiency boost, but the mass builder will ignore that. On the other hand, just like spam clicking in one location, well, it'll take a while for all those promotions to take effect. So you'll have a bunch of buildings that don't have workers for a little while, but you're setting yourself up. The thing might be to just simply not spam that many, but regularly go back into this menu, building 1 or 2 at a time in the same location to amplify that bonus. Is there a way to manually promote pops? No, I think it auto happens based on demand. And I think there's a buffer. Like there's values of like, oh, this location can have more of this type of pop. So I think there's a certain amount that they can bank up. Which I think is kind of what we're seeing here. I think. There's currently 6,000 burgers. and 5,500 of them employed. So there's 400 there. I'm wondering if 6,000 might be our cap here. I don't know if there's a good way to see that and how it bases it, but I think that's what it is, that there's this kind of a buffer. Though there is a cabinet action that increases the promotion rate. Yes, you're still not manually promoting, but promote urbanism increases the rate at which promotions happen. And again, I think there's some amount of pre-filling that can happen. Theobald, oh, he's the cabinet member. Okay, he wasn't the head of the cabinet. We'll appoint someone new. Now, if we sort by, this is total ability, presumably. And then if we look, we got another crown person over here, Simon. Simon's definitely not godly. This feller over here does have a 100 admin. He'll probably die soon and we'll have to replace him again. And he is going to end up giving a bit more power to the burghers, who are already pretty powerful, but he is pretty old. The Simon sort of fails to impress. He's not bad. With a 63 in admin, he's currently doing an admin job too. All right, maybe I'll do Simon, which again is more crown power, so that's good for us. I mean, it's not much of a change per, but it does add up. Oh, I think we were 52% Republic power at the start of the stream. We're down to 49% now, but there's going to be fluctuations in that just naturally. It's proximity improved, so I think it's paved road finished. No, it's still gravel road. Really? I'm going to have to look into that. Yeah, it would be nice to know the actual difference. Like, it's the capital distance of 20 to 40 is what it always tells us. But it's not necessarily the actual change that's going to happen. But I think that might be. I think we might pave a road and we might go and town you. Anyone we could work on diplo vassalizing? I don't think so. We look, there's too many modifiers against us, especially in HRE. Like the ideal. Oh, Anna came of age. The ideal would be Landau here, just because, you know, where it is, it would be great to go and do that. And then we look at the subject actions. So it's got a huge negative modifier. Now, part of it is because, so reject subjugation reasons over here, minus 75. And I thought we got a bigger breakdown. Oh, here. All members of the Holy Roman Empire have 25 points there, so they're less likely to be subjugated. And Landau is a free imperial city, which has an extra thing. So they're not willing to do it. They'd almost, if we didn't have that minus 75, they'd be at minus 4, and we could probably just improve opinion or do something else and pull them in. But yeah, they're not willing to play that way. And I don't think anyone is. I don't know. One thing would be interesting, right? Because we can go here. We can go to subject actions. Wait, hold on. Okay, 2 of these bank dudes would literally just become my vassal. Does anyone know how these are non-location based nations? Trier would almost do it. Minus 35. No, it's pretty bad at that point. Well, let's do it. I wonder, do we get a breakdown on diplomacy yet? So Schwarzburg gives us $5. Let me do a little safety save in case. I can't imagine why this would turn out to be a terrible decision. I suppose if they're already in a war, that might be a thing. And we're in a royal marriage and everything with them. They got rivals, but they're not in a war. All right. Cool. They immediately get disloyal. That's fine. We'll just go and improve relations with them or something. And it'll be interesting to see. Oh yeah, they pay very little. They're not a very powerful vassal. But what the heck, right? You'd think a bank would have more money. Oh, diplomatic cost goes up. That's fine. I don't think we're planning on doing another one now. But yeah, we'll get the other one as soon as we get some diplo power. Why not? Oh, institution. Trade capacity increase is big for us. We could embrace the new world. theoretically, oh, it's down to 1-1. That's interesting. Yeah, you've spread there. And it's not too expensive. Let's... I could just spread it some more, though. The sooner we do it, the sooner we get a slight boost to research. Right? From institutions. The thing is, the stability cost, and it was the same thing as last time, and last time we embraced it early for an increase, a bigger cost than this, I think, and I'm not convinced it was quite right. Because yes, the sooner we get the tech, the better, but the stability cost's fairly pricey. In fact, if it was meritocracy, then I might be that much more inclined. And maybe I just want to like save some resources for that, because while the New World tech isn't something I'm necessarily going to pursue, the meritocracy one does have some pretty interesting things. So I might just look to get that spread a little bit more. Oh, hold on. I have enough influence for the next one. And then we ask them to become our state bank. This subject, oh, is it a different, it's a subject type. This subject represents a strong connection between the subject of the company and its overlord, which can only be a country with the banking family government reform. They get increased diplomatic reputation while the overlord gets reduced bank interest. Oh, well, we don't do bank interest. And the ability to siphon half the bank's treasury with siphon income country interaction. Wow, it eats a lot of diplomatic capacity, too. I don't know that I want to do that. But yeah, now we, probably because we got the extra vassal. Well, they're sitting exactly at 0. If we just sucked up to the Bank of Wesler. Can I access? There you go. If I just improve relations with you, then we might be able to vassalize you afterwards. Oh, we can do another one of these. I would like very much... we don't have it. So the option, which was what, like support, not support government, it was something like that, which gave us extra stats on our leader, isn't there. Increased ties to subject is interesting. Loyalty of subject, subject income goes up. Lose loyalty desire. Oh, wait, that's just while it's debated, yeah. Oh, you know, maybe I'll pass this and build a gravel road while it's running. And it pushes us towards centralization. Yeah. Let's do that. And any chance we already have the support? We already have enough support. Perfect. Okay, so with my money, I'm going to build a road. Bruxelles here. There we go. From Germerschen to here, which is exactly what we're thinking of, which is going to decrease the proximity a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and town this. Oh, you finished promoting institutes? Nice. So can you do it now? Yes, you can. Okay. Do that. Oh, he lost some of his min. He was at 100. Now he's at 80. Do that, and then start working on the Palatinate to spread those. Because that'll give us a lot more presence, which is going to cheapen it. Plus, we need it for the meritocracy one. Oh, sponsor university would have also been nice. You're kind of right. Cheap law. I don't know if I've got a law I'm looking to specifically change, but that is a good point. Cheap law change, freebie boost to the things you have. I'm okay with what we're doing here. I think the expanded road network's good. We just saved a few bucks. It's pushing us towards centralization, which I like. And depending on the money, I think we could build a second road while this is still happening to get another discounted one. There you go. Paved road. Slightly better. One day we'll have to build Heidelberg University. Is that a known... Actually, hold on. I know someone who goes to university in Heidelberg. So yeah, okay. Or more specifically, I know of someone. Essentia knows someone who goes to university in Heidelberg. I don't know. Do we have enough for the road? Oh, we do. I could get one. The thing is, I'm not certain if it's needed. Okay, Leningen. Actually, Leningen is probably a pretty good pick because it is already a town. And I'm assuming some of this, yeah, some of this is being graveled roaded. It's mostly along the river, but a little bit of gravel road. So that is actually a really good candidate there. So, and then here, it's cost of building. Location distance to target. Like, there's a filter here, but I'm not convinced about how we'd want to sort it. Anyway, we're going to do that before the law passes. We get a nice discount. There you go. Another one-time push towards centralization. Because it's not pushing that way organically. And then, yeah, I think Burlak's going to get towned next is what's going to happen. Oh, there's Essentia. Sponsor university parliament option just tells me I can manually build a university. Oh, you see, you use that as a bit of a sign that, oh, there's a university that can be built somewhere. And that's a good point. We did want to max our universities and libraries. And because we just integrated some stuff, a vassal, that's probably going to go up. There you go, meritocracy. And again, what I'll do is I'll finish these, even though we can get a discount. I'm going to let it maybe spread a touch more. And then when the queue's over, we're going to absorb meritocracy, and then we'll go down that tree. Again, the sooner we do it, the sooner we get the tech rate, but the later we do it, the less it costs us in money and stability is just more money. Gain 2 diplomats, or every neighboring country gets an opinion boost. Anyway, I'll take the 2 diplomats, and then we will... First of all... No one wants to become our vassal, so that's not there yet. Return land. Give back a core province to its rightful owner. No, that's fine. Fine. I'm not a highly stressed individual in any way whatsoever. Market preference. Okay, we're going to pull you into... I don't know if we need to do that with the market, but we're going to do that. 1 second. I'm going to read that in 1 second. I'm just going to finish this little thought. Let's find people who hate us, but not too far away. With Bohemia. Plus Saxony, plus 52. I'm just looking... Oh, that's not a bad choice. Lower Bavaria, we could improve a lot with an action here. So I'm going to do that, and... no, Wurzburg. Mainz we might actually go to war with. Hesse. Okay, done. That is a treat stream coming my way. What that? By whomst? It's Fishstick again. Will this make Italy a rival by default, says Fishsticks, as he sends a spicy Hawaiian pizza my way. We actually talked about some Hawaiian pizza on Saturday. Or we talked about pineapple on pizza on Saturday. Thank you very much for that, Fishsticks. You're still up there with, we need to name someone after you. What we need is we need our ruler to get busy. We've got our spoos. We just need some children so we can name them. Let me set a little timer here. I think you want them to be your state bank rather than vassal. Not sure. It looked like it's type of vassal, and our current vassal was an option there. I don't know. Maybe you can ask someone to be your state bank directly as opposed to a vassal and save a step. Maybe that is the way it works. I don't know. All right, timer is set. Institutions are chilling. Bunch of development going on, and a little bit of promote institutions is happening. Good and groovy. Some of our RGOs are lacking people, and I guess that's probably a promotion queue. We probably overbuilt too much, but we could take a look. Oppenheim is up over here. Yeah, you have a bunch of peasants, and RGOs employ laborers, right? Yeah. So we're waiting for these peasants to promote, which can definitely happen. There's enough peasants to fill all this out. Oh, the HRE is dead. We have to choose a new Holy Roman Empire, or Emperor. Do we have the thing? Can we participate in this vote? No. We are not an elector, so we cannot. Okay. Elect someone weak. Did they just elect this guy, or is this the one who's dead? He seems alive. Oh, all right. I guess that happened pretty fast. My sister got me a huge jug of smoked pineapple habanero sauce. Ugh. Ugh. Sounds really good. I love hot sauce so much. I do find that it now does a really big number on my throat in a way that it didn't used to, which is really frustrating. And upsets the tum-tum a little bit the next day as well, in a way that it definitely didn't, which is a shame, because I love spicy food. I will just pour hot sauce liberally on everything. I've drunk it direct. I just love the endorphin rush I get from it. Is it just me? We paused? We weren't. We weren't paused. I just paused it and unpaused. Game keeps... Okay, it's going now. It was not paused, but it certainly felt... Look. Why? What? Why is it going in fits and starts? What's going on with the game performance? Did the entire world go to war and forget to invite me or something? What is this? A group of so-called reforming monks recently appeared at our court under our most solemn promise of safe passage. They might argue the justness of our cause. Like Dr. Jan Hus before them, their heresies manifest, but our word has been given. Ah, okay, this, again, yeah, we'll go with option 1, it's fine. Might be too zoomed out without going, I don't think so. That's not a visual thing. Again, and we're not paused. Look, it keeps stalling at 8 a.m. There's some sort of processing tick that is happening at 8 a.m. that is taking a weirdly long time. Now it's fine. I mean, now it has stalled out on the zoom out, but I'm not sure that's the issue. I feel like it's just coincidence. See, now I'm fully zoomed in. It's still definitely stalling at 8 a.m. Sometimes. It doesn't always. There's another one. And another. Oh, it's a long one. And it's not like freeze in the UI. Like, I can zoom out. My frame rate is still good. One of the processing threads is blocking. Doing 8 a.m. daily ticks instead of hourly ticks. I mean, maybe it's been doing that throughout, and it's just slowing down because we're in a later game. Okay. I think I still like the idea of making Bruxelles into a town. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, we got a slight discount from lumber now. We've always had a pretty good discount from glass. Masonry is a bit of an issue, but... Boom. Let's go. Maybe some of the new patch moves some of the processing daily instead of hourly. Maybe. They did add an option, I think, in the menu somewhere about like preferring like overall timing speed rather than sort of frame rate smoothness, which might be interesting to play around with. But I mean, I don't mind the slight like little pause. It was when it was paused, like felt like it stalled for a full 10 seconds of nothing happening, maybe longer. It made me question: was I paused or playing? Hostile pirates, yeah. Well, we're not getting involved in that. Yeah. Town is being built. I guess, yeah, I was going to say, I don't have enough money right now for the institutions, which is fine. You just blame Windows Update. Windows does want to reboot my computer for an update. And it's actually been prompting me for a couple of days now. I got to get to it, otherwise it's going to do it regardless. I do not want to grant trade monopolies to the burghers. Sorry, guys. You guys are cool and all, but we have to take the other option. The estate satisfaction balance for the burghers is insane. It's over 100%. So that's nice. And currently they are pretty high up, which is good. We're taxing them the most we can, which is admittedly not very much. We have a maximum taxation rate of 12% on them. It would be better if we took away more of their estate power. But at the same time, we are very much pushing a lot of pro-burger stuff. And because of our buildings, there's just a lot of burgers, so they're getting a lot of power from that. Oh yeah, every time. Yeah, I don't know. How should it be pronounced? Like, Bruxelles. Bruxelles. B-Town. Should I just call it Brussels 2.0? No, that way we offend, like, multiple groups simultaneously, which is always nice. Keeps things in balance. Brussels. All right, we'll just call it Brussels. Brussels. Bruxelles is kind of right. Well, kind of right is unacceptable. My theory is usually like, don't pronounce it close but wrong. It almost makes it worse. Pronounce it like way wrong. Or at least that's usually how I treat things. People, Anglophones trying to pronounce French words, and they're trying the best to pronounce it in the French way. And it's like, no, just go Anglo for it. It'll be better. All the people who try to say Paris, I'm like, no. Just say Paris. It's fine. Paris is a cute word. There's nothing wrong with Paris. I don't remember what number rule of acquisition it is that says honor and an empty sack is worth the sack. So prestige and an empty treasury is worth the floor of the treasury. We're just going to take the money, baby. Mm-hmm. Call it the City of Bob. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with Paris. What about all those French? Oh my God, dead William. All right, finish promoting institutions. Lothar's come of age. So I'm going to keep pushing the institution a little bit longer. The places, now I'm assuming that the cost to push an institution somewhere is partially based on the amount of location / population. I don't know, but let's push another one. Yeah, and we'll just try to get the discount a little bit more. Actually, that's true. You want to hear people complain about Paris, ask a French person who lives outside of Paris. I mean, it's very similar to in Canada with the focus on, well, see, most people outside of Ontario will say that Ontario gets too much focus and attention, but that is misleading, because it's Southern Ontario, specifically Toronto, which admittedly has a lot of people in it, gets all the attention. Once you're outside of the big Southern Ontario metropolis, people kind of forget that Northern Ontario and everything else exists. So if you're Canadian and you're like, oh, Ontario, no, Southern Ontario, the rest of us are with you, bro. We get it. English people about London, yeah. You know, one of the things I've heard other people say, and it kind of makes sense, that in some of the like political like breakdown that happens with some of the things with the UK in general, and say like Scotland having its own parliament, right? So that has a certain amount of self-determination. The people who might get the most screwed out of something like that is like the people in like Northern England, right? Because they don't have their own parliament, but they're also not really getting the attention of England itself, because most of the focus is going to be down here, which again, partially you've got to weight it on, you know, population density and stuff like that. But a lot of times there's some like over representation that can happen. Southwest England, yeah, I bet you like Cornwall as well. They're like, no one ever pays attention to us. Now sometimes that's what you want, but yeah. I love that we're getting a hostile pirates warning, as if there was anything we could do about it. And it's only because we have trade power in other markets. Okay, I do have a lot of money right now, which I should spend. Although we might be spending quite quickly in Bruxelles here once it kicks in. One of the things, okay, we might use the Parliament action to get a discounted university if it comes up again. But I suppose what I should do is check out, no pun intended, a library. Okay, so currently there's only one location we can build it. That's Sauerburg here, but as soon as we're finished building a town in B place, see, I'm gonna have issues. Now I can never say this because people have pointed out that I say it wrong. So now I got the anxiety about it. There's probably some more market buildings to be built as well. I did build a bunch at the start of stream, and I think after the integration as well, but we're probably doing another. On the other hand, we got the 10% building cost discount here, and there's the urban building cost discount that's coming up there. I don't think I'm going to delay too much on the urban buildings, you know, just to make that work, but let's see. So Bruce, here's an interesting thing. How do the little town buildings propagate? Maybe development? Or maybe it's time. Like, this place just became a town, and you can see it doesn't have a whole lot of town buildings. Is it based on actual buildings? Because some of these, I'm assuming, you can actually literally see the cathedral. Oh, maybe it's burgers, as the burger population goes up. I want a burger. As the burger population goes up, I bet you that's what's going on with those buildings. Okay, very fair. Because I don't think it's population in itself. In everything, Durlac has less population. Brooktoon over here has about nearly 35k, and Durlac has 32k. So this actually has a higher pop in total, but most of them are laborers. Wow, these labor buildings. Some of these, I guess, these are buildings that are buildable under all types. I wonder if some of these might be gone. Okay, so the farms do carry over. That's interesting. The villages don't, but the farms do. Got a little irrigation. Who the frack built the irrigation here? This must have been built maybe before we took over this location, because we don't need this to boost population capacity. Now, admittedly, turning it into a town increased it, but not that much, right? This currently has a population capacity of 250,000, like 250K. But being a town or being a rural location, it probably still had like 150, if not more, as a cap. So it didn't need the irrigation for that. It also gives you 5% food production, which I suppose some of these buildings might be food. A fruit orchard is food. Do we even need it to exist here? I don't know. But its RGO isn't food. So, like, I'm wondering if it might be worth freeing up the irrigation. Now, does the irrigation not actually employ anyone? No, 250 people. I think it employs just peasants, which is pretty easy to fill. It might want to be one of the estates. It might have been me. We did build irrigation in some places, but if I built it here, it was an error. I don't know if it's worth taking down. Because it's technically giving us a microscopic something, but barely. And especially if I decided to take down the food buildings, like this one fruit orchard, right? The bridge is good. Sandpit, I don't know. Apparently it is vaguely profitable. Okay. I mean, there's potential profit in a few of these. Is it huge? No. The mason's quite good, actually. And I do wonder if we should be building more just masons. To get more masonry, which is used for, oh, there it is. Oh, stone bricks is the production method, right? But it is in fact producing masonry, which is used for buildings, for example, and it is considered semi-profitable. So I probably wouldn't take it down. I'm going to go and take down the fruit orchard, and I'm going to take down the irrigation. I may be doing something wrong, but it does not feel like something that's necessary. Can we tell? How do we tell what our fortification limit is? Yeah, we're at 7 of 7.3. Oh, I bet you somewhere on the military screen's probably got it. Right there. Right there. Okay. So we're not going to build any more forts. And if we want to build buildings, I guess one of the ways to do it is you can look at a building by class, and this is going to be in this location, which is kind of nice. Like, we're going to want the marketplace library. We should get the counting house. Actually, with the cash right now, unless I wait for... No, I'm not going to wait for the urban building discount. It's going to be fine. I should check counting house. I don't remember... I keep saying what I need to do is come up with a list to remind me of the buildings that I want to have everywhere. For example, a counting house, I want every place where we can have it because I want more local crown power. Oh yeah, we probably got forts when you got Mets. I'm gonna keep the ones that came there because they're fine. I mean, maybe there's a slight optimization about placement that I would tweak if I was building it myself, but they're pricey. They're built. I'm gonna leave any existing forts there. As long if it sent us over our fort limit, then maybe we'd consider taking one down. But yeah, that's gonna be okay. Institutions, and this is getting pretty cheap, admittedly. But yeah, I'll just wait for this to finish, and then we'll go. And temples are good everywhere, too. I mean, in theory, if you're already at 100% control somewhere, then maybe I won't build them, but the plan is to do that. In fact, in Brook, it would be excellent. I guess this would be a lyrics over here, which is also where the universities are. The universities, libraries, temples, I want everywhere, most likely. Wait, we'll get that. Because we're at 81%, because we got the extra 5% from being a town. We'll get an extra 5% from the temple. Cardinals de Grazia Rex. Estate satisfaction equilibrium 5%. Okay. Don't mind that. All the cat lickers getting a nice little benefit. And we'll probably go and become Protestant when that becomes an option. I'm sorry, pro-restaurant when that becomes an option. Because it's always fun to click buttons that change things in these games. But I think it's going to be good money making, which is sort of our primary goal here in our playthrough of Strasbourg. Diplomatic move, gain diplomats, or, oh right, the opinion boost. Well, tell you what, I'll gain that. It is nice that you clicking that does let you go over the limit. Invite sellers. You know, it said there was one available. Oh yeah, down there. I don't know why there's not a kind of filter for, I mean, there might be, for would accept. Yeah, there is one, willingness. But it's kind of weird that there's not like a sorting that... So what does this do? Is this just going to generate migration? It's really not explaining. Yeah, I am full on manpower. Mostly I want to build more units. I guess we could be drilling, because that'll, you know what, that'll maintain some manpower. Oh, my formation, all my, I put all my cavalry in one flank, which I think is going to be fun and interesting. This also does include the cost. Where's the army? I can't remember where the drill is. No, it is this one. Yeah, increases army maintenance, and yeah, we'll go and impact that. But I think I will go and train some more. Maybe I'll do that now. We do have full width everywhere. So I think if I were to build anything, I would want something with a high combat speed and initiative, I think. So if we have a bunch of cavalry in reserve, they can jump forward. Although the other thing that I've looked at is the size of these. So each one of these units has the same combat width of 1.0. 1.0. 1.0, 1.0. They take up the same amount of frontage. But they have different counts, so we can fit twice as many handgunners on the front as we can cavalrymen. And one of the reasons that this permanent army, the ones we have here, the professional army, is weaker at the start is, first of all, it's, you know, you don't have much manpower capacity. But the other thing is the size of the units is quite small. The peasant levies have 1,000 dudes per unit and per 1.0 of frontage. Whereas in Age 1, some of these start at like 50 dudes and then 100. Yeah, the cavalry is wide, to be fair. Like horses are wide. That makes sense. And then even 200. Now, 200 men-at-arms is much better than 200 peasant levies, although the peasant levies do come in different types depending on what estate they're coming from. But the question is 200 men-at-arms better than 1,000 peasant levies? Now, the thing is, we're not choosing between them. We're having this and the peasants. I think in the next age, we start to get units that have like 400 dudes per 1.0 combat width. And then I think that's really the tipping point of like, these are clearly much, much, much stronger.
Hey, Quill, pay attention.
But yeah, I'm thinking we probably just throw in more light cav just for the high initiative. So that's the chance we'll engage. And I think there's another value that can also come into play with some of these things. So these calves here, like there's also the heavy cab, but they don't have those benefits. I think these calves are maybe what we want. So I'm going to go and build a few of these. You know what? As much money as I've got. There we go. 3 more. We'll do that. I'll kick a tiny bit of manpower as well. And yeah, we're wasting less manpower from being at our cap if we are doing the drilling. So we'll do that. And it brings us to a nice 5,000 army, which is good. But mostly I want to spend my money building more buildings. Can cannons fire from reserve? No. And there's not the same sort of backline concept. How do you get so much army? So first we need is some manpower generation. And you don't even start with much in the way of manpower generating buildings. So armories, for example, is the first one we got. And I bet you I could build some more now. If I go to here and search at armory, yeah, I could build these. So each armory generates a certain amount of manpower per month. Oh, it would be here. There you go. 20 monthly manpower per. So that's step 1. Step 2 is have money to actually assemble these guys together. And these units also have material that they need to be maintained. And so if we look at the infantry over here, their monthly maintenance is 0.05 weaponry and 0.03 leather. And if we compare that to heavy cavalry, they take a lot more. So leather, weaponry, cloth, horses, go figure, tools, and some of the numbers are different as well. So that definitely plays a big difference in things. If you rush sergeantry at the start, you get 315 manpower max with 5 ticks each month. Ooh. 95% spread of meritocracy. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, I didn't realize that this would spread something that doesn't even exist somewhere. Yeah, I would have done this possibly a little sooner. I was going to say, live and learn. That's my motto. No, my motto is usually live and don't learn. But. And of course, these institutions will auto be embraced if they spread to 100% places. So we could even just do it that way if we really want to not spend the extra money. Speaking of, the hell, man? Where's all that huge bank we were making? How's our market? Still looking insanely scary, and actually it's gotten a little bit more. We took some land back from Nuremberg. Immense, increased institution growth. Okay. I mean, there's not a whole lot of institution to grow, but sure, fine. Oh, that's true. We are spending a lot for the drilling, which, if we're not about to go to war, here's the thing. I would like myself to be influenced by someone coming in and say, like, oh my God, you're at a manpower cap. Sometimes that's fine. Because here's the thing. If we stop drilling, the experience goes away over time. So we kind of only want to drill if we're preparing to do a war thing, which I wouldn't be opposed to it, especially since we don't have any aggressive expansion. I want land out just because it'll look good and feel good. Other than that, we know we can't head south, really, because of Austria. I think Hatchburg... Actually, Habsburg is a free city, so I think it also is protected by Bohemia. And Freiburg is the same thing. Oh, Freiburg it bends the knee to Austria. And these two over here like that. So really, the expansion is kind of north. I mean, I suppose east or west as well is an option. You know, I'm kind of tempted by Cologne and Mainz, I suppose. Right, if we wanted Mainz itself. Slightly strong. Just us by itself and all these things. Interesting. Hold on. I'm overcapped in diplomacy. I don't suppose anyone wants to ally us, and we can test to see if the new alliance system is stupid or not. You know what I want on the alliance system over here? Is I want it to give me specific numbers on troop counts. I guess what we'll do is we'll just re-ally Austria. And hopefully they don't instantly un-ally us again. Here, we'll do the Netherlands as well. They're unlikely to fight each other. And then that screen doesn't auto-update immediately, so if we want to check to see the alliance situation, maybe Saxony? All right. So the list, this list updates instantly, but the screen here doesn't, which is a little weird, but that's a pretty easy fix. So I'm assuming, but it's also not a big problem. Whoa! That's a lot of money, burgers. Listen, you guys knew what you were getting to. Rack in hell. All right, what we'll do is we'll keep drilling for now with the idea that maybe around the time that we max this out, maybe one of our allies would be willing to play ball here. Oh, okay. Tech is done. Oh, we also finished promoting institutions there. So what I'll do... I don't think I need to do this because I think I'm going to accept. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go and... Oh, pause. So I'm going to embrace meritocracy because I want to queue up meritocracy techs. And I don't know if they're cheaper to research because they're old. 17 research progress. And if we were to compare in Age of Discovery... 32. Okay, so they are cheaper. So backfilling these won't be too bad. Efficiency of cabinet is amazing. More importantly, tax efficiency. Because that's more tax dollars without it costing anyone else. It's a state enrichment. Lack of rigor in accounting is where corruption thrives. Avoid this threat. Impacts the estate's enrichment. How much an estate can withhold from their taxable income. Oh! Okay, although I'm going to go trade efficiency first, then double checking of ledgers. Power projection does have some interesting things, but... Bill of Rights. Oh, this is a Republic thing. Pop join rebels threshold. Effect level, pop satisfaction. A pop has to be below to join rebels. Right, so a negative number is better. Because if before they could join when they're only at 25% satisfaction, with this they could only join when they're below 20% satisfaction. Or something of that nature. Still, I think legislative efficiency is better. I think that makes our laws more efficient. Build gravel roads a little out of date. Does that replace state power from cabinet position? I wonder if this might exclude the head of government. Speed of integration, stability investment costs. Okay, that's actually a pretty useful discount. We'll queue that up. We might not grab everything in meritocracy, but we'll grab those. And then what I'm going to do, I'm not going to embrace the other one immediately. I'll just do more promote institution, which this should go increasingly quick because I think they're pretty spread. But yeah, the stability cost discount is actually pretty substantial. Because right now we are stability $65 to maintain that is pretty high. Gold is, man, I think this patch really did impact our trade income a lot. But again, I do think integrating that other nation might have done a little bit. Do I want to focus on libraries first? I don't know. I might have to focus on money buildings first, which might just be get more trade. It's hard to know how much income we would earn from building the I think we still need a counting house. From building a market. Right? We get a good prediction of how much we'll get from other buildings, but I don't know about the market. Yeah, maybe I'll go and just cancel the trade. Ooh, new general. Maybe I should just cancel the drill. No, I kind of want to start a war. Yeah. All right. We'll just keep drilling. Go promote institution. But we can do this. And yeah, these are just going to keep finishing really fast. And it's just going to auto accept the last one. I mean, at this point, it's pretty cheap, but still. I mean, that is several months worth of stability gain that gets wiped out here. The market looking, we just looked, it's looking pretty good. Is there anyone we can still do the offer market preference? Oh, there is actually. Oh. Make sure you prefer my market, please. And yeah, armory maintenance is quite high, and that's, you know, we could lower that as well. If we were going to be at peace, I A, wouldn't drill, B, could lower army maintenance. But wouldn't it be great to take the city of Mainz itself? It's pretty appealing. There you go, cabinet efficiency. Oh, there's my timer. Although I haven't gotten a message yet from the food delivery, so I'm assuming it's still on the way. Okay, reduced antagonism for 10 years? That might be really relevant. That might be super relevant. I think I've got enough for that last counting house now. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So let's take a look at our ledger and convince ourselves that we are still super wealthy. Oh, we have lost a spot income-wise. Although, again, by our population, like income per person, we've got to have the highest income per person in the world. And this only shows us nations we know, but that is still really sick. If territory in the market often worthwhile to create another. That is an interesting idea, although the problem... Yeah, so not for us. What? Typhus. Oh, okay. Well, good news. Diseases are back. We actually went a long time without any disease whatsoever. I hate that I don't have enough money for a hospital right now, because we've been not bothering because there have been literally 0 diseases around. I think something got stuck and maybe they got unstuck in the patch here. So that's not great because I don't like losing 30% prosperity, and we're going to lose some people as well. So not ideal. So yeah, the problem is with us, like I would love if we physically own territory over here, I would 100% make a market. But the fact of the matter is we don't really have. Once we grab Mainz, actually, it might be interesting to consider building a market here. It's not that far from Strasbourg. I guess what we do is we compare market access percentage, which right now, like, I guess Oppenheim we control. So what's the market access over here? 88%, which isn't bad. We might like it a little bit more, although, again, with roads and different things like that, that might become less of an issue. Right, Worms belongs to Mainz as well. So yeah, all the more reason, I think, to go to war with these guys. Maybe the next time the Parliament comes up, we'll go and fabricate a CB, and that might line up very nicely overall, actually. The Netherlands. Oh yeah, we could get a big opinion boost with the Netherlands as well. And we could see we didn't get a bunch of like instantaneous alliance breakages. So that is definitely much better than it was. Yeah, 88% is pretty high. Yes, yes. Yeah, no, I can't complain about the market access. I don't think we need another one. Promote institutions. There you go. There's just one more province that needs it. And that'll auto-embrace that without us losing anything. And it's fine because we weren't looking for that. I mean, again, the earlier you do it, the faster you get a higher percentage of number of embraced institutions, which is better for tech. But economy matters. Juan died. Who are you? Distant cousin. You were courtier. Okay, but you didn't actually have a position of any kind. You might have died from these diseases. And yeah, building hospitals would be quite nice. Oh, we do actually have the money. Oh, it's cheaper than I thought. Oh, we already have one in Strasbourg. Presumably, since it's not in the list. All right, well, you know what? It's high time. Do the library, do the hospitals do anything other than disease resistance, character, life expectancy? Spamming automatic defense from defensive alliance is gone. We did get a few pop-ups, but that might have still been people just sort of like simmering down, finding their balance point. Will anyone diplomatically become a vassal? Oh, we did actually. We could check again. But we did diplomatically make the Bank of the Fugers into a vassal, which is fun. Oh, no, you know what? This market is just not making anywhere near as much money as it used to. This number used to be bigger. For sure, before the patch today. I mean, I guess, you know, we've been running it for a little while, so other things may have changed. But if anything, the market profitability should have gone up since then. Okay, Abyssus with the tax efficiency should be very nice. But yeah, definitely because they've increased the cost for the trade maintenance cost. They've increased it by tenfold, 10 times higher than it used to be. So they really nerfed trade income, which hurts our run a lot. Incompetent diplomats is probably fine. Well, I don't like the increased antagonism for 10 years, since that's slightly relevant. I guess we could just piss off the patricians. Yeah, you know what? Take that. Normally, I wouldn't care too much. Yeah, no one wants the vassal. More people would be willing to ally. Oh, there's some big ones. Like Munster over here, or Munster's pretty big. Burgundy is interesting. Can we find out how much diplomatic capacity I have to sit around? Right here. Oh, okay, I have another 2.5 points. Okay. And that's with minimal diplomacy spending. Yeah, all right. Oh, right, there's 2 Burgundies. Honestly, these guys might be more likely to get pulled into a war than anything else, but we'll see. I think it's every 5 years we do a parliament. Which might actually line up pretty decently with these guys being almost maxed out here on the drill. And yeah, I don't like that we've really nerfed our income here. Yeah, we are getting more pop-ups for the defensive alliance, but... Oh! Oh, it's time! Okay, well, before I do something and F everything up, let's do a safety save. So I'm picking anything here with the idea of getting it over 45%, which it is currently. So I can fabricate a CB on... I mean, okay, so I click first, and it is going to... Oh, how convenient. the two places that I kind of want are part of the same province. Excellent. Now, if this fails to go, I will lose 7 stability, which might be fine. 11%. Support for capital economy is great. That's what I want. Hang on. We might get ourselves back up to 50% here. Grant privileges, market fairs. How do we feel about that?
It's whiskey and chocolate.
I want to centralize, not decentralize, but I might be okay with this.
Content. Been watching almost 10 years now. Definitely kept me sane during my long night shifts. Really enjoying your book. If you haven't seen it yet, AMC's interview with a vampire is 10 out of 10.
Listen, thank you very much for saying that about the book. That feels really good. Obviously, I really appreciate the support in all kinds of different ways. What I also appreciate, Cameron, is that by you saying, almost 10 years, it reminds me that I wanted to read some resubs because there was a 10-year subiversary that we saw before the stream started, which I did acknowledge in the chat, but I wanted to say it out loud. So, for several different reasons, thank you very much. And no, I have not seen the TV series. Interview with the Vampire, is it a limited series? Is it like, we made 8 episodes and then that's it? Is it just a retelling of the book/movie kind of thing? Because I've seen the film, but yes, I haven't watched the series. It's good to know that it's so good, and obviously everything with vampires is just better. So thank you very much, Cameron. And yes, resub-wise, I wanted to acknowledge a few people. Fletcher Reed resubbed for the 115th month. Acid, who's often on YouTube, I think, but has subbed over on Twitch, so thank you very much for that, has resubbed for the 2nd month. Ruben Kloon's at 73. Lurker Ben's at 79 months. Turtle of the Moon has got their 2-year Twitch anniversary at 24 months. Rodical's at 102. Black in Sky is at 31 months. Vrandu's at 42. The Answer to Life, the Universe, and Everything. And Chino, with their 10-year Twitch anniversary to 120 months. Thank you very much. Simrunner is at 7 months. Orange Kopf is at 19. Halko Mahuli's at 76. And Drotnol for 109. So thank you very much for that. So I wonder if I should just go and check the door. No, I don't think they're there. Let me just double check my text messages as well. There was no, your delivery's almost here. Nope. Okay. All right. Fingers crossed. Interview with the Vampires, 2 seasons so far. They did do a limited series about the Talamasca, not based on any of the books. Only knew about the movie. Yeah, no, I kept seeing it because it caught me off guard. First of all, and I'm not alone in this, it seems like, and I don't know if this one is one of those Mandela effects, but I know a lot of other people, would always call the movie Interview with a Vampire, whereas in fact, it's Interview with the Vampire. But I thought, when I saw the TV show Interview with the Vampire, I'm like, oh, they're differentiating it because they're calling it the instead of a. And then I went and looked it up. I'm like, no, the movie is Interview with the Vampire. Since when? Also, it's obviously Berenstain Bears, right? Not Berenstain Bears? Or the other way around? I can't remember anymore. Something Fruit of the Loom logo. Trying to think of all the Mandela effects that people bring up. Mandela. Yeah, sorry, Mandela effects, not Mandala. Mandala is like the cool art thing you can do. Right? Mm-hmm. Memory, you can't trust memory. Oh yes, we got our CB, that's good. Institution, that's fine. All right, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna go and move up over here. So we do also have to go and take worms. We have to open a can of whoop ass on worms. But this is all the province we're going to take. I mean, I guess we could go straight for the capital. Because in theory, that would then go and siege Worms. Worms has its own fort. So I don't think, in this case, taking the capital isn't going to be enough. On the other hand, if we do take the capital, it'll do the maximum damage to them as quickly as possible. Or you could have a diet of worms. A diet of worms. That's crazy. Also, yeah, it is funny that we have diet as well. Let's say, why are we running a deficit of money? Anything, because the drill just got canceled, I would expect the money to go up a little bit. It'd be nice to maybe have a bit of a bigger bank, but if we have to take out loans for this war, we can. We haven't really done loans so far. Oh, we have to let the morale kick up. That's a change in 1.05. Drilling lowers your morale, which I don't think it did previously. Bishop died while his army is camped. Oh, were you acting as a general? Yeah, because actually this general is... Oh, our ruler's going to lead this army. I'm sure this is going to be fine. No bad thing will happen. So you get there on the 6th. Which we could start the war before then. Okay, I'm going to do another safety save in case I do something really stupid. And watch the political situation have changed as well, right? So Austria jump in even without us promising anything, which is nice. We might be able to promise something to these others. Like Saxony is... No, they're not interested. Oh, there's a different symbol, I think, when they're willing to jump in otherwise. But that's okay. This way, if anyone decides to declare war while we're fighting, then, like, declare war against us, these guys would jump in at that point. Yeah. Parliament approved claims on the province. Oh, I don't have a diplomat. Son of a bitch. Here, let me crank this up real quick. We're going to run a huge deficit. Oh, my God. Okay, maybe... Is that insane? It is kind of insane because I want the money. So we're gonna have to wait 3 months. Nope. 2 and a bit. Dang. Wallachia run and play as Vlad the Impaler, the Dracula. Oh, that's quite cool. I'm gonna go and check the door out of infinite paranoia, unless Essentia is literally. Oh, you just think you heard Durnock, says Essentia. Oh, okay. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go and check to see if the pizza has arrived, because we'll need the energy for the war. Be right back. Okay. We have the energy through the magic box. Ooh, so spooky. To fight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no king's ever died leading an army in battle. Yeah. Now, if this were Crusader kings, us leading the army is quite good for, like... I'm just going to say prestige, which isn't quite right, but, you know, that kind of concept. Brilliant. One of Canada's greatest inventions, the Hawaiian pizza. Invented by a Greek guy, I think. Because that makes a lot of sense. Ooh! So tasty. All right. Oh, yeah, we're waiting for the diplomacy. Actually, let me go and notch this up a tiny bit. Actually, we only did 16, but I'll do 17 in case there's a weird rounding error. Just so that it only takes 2 months. Yeah, there's so many results with interview with a vampire in Google. I know, that's what I did at some point. I'm like, am I crazy? I'm like, no, lots of other people call it interview with a vampire. Which is accurate. It is an interview with a vampire, but it does actually sound quite impressive to be interview with the vampire. So we're trying to... No, I don't want any of these, which is annoying. So I wouldn't mind having this pass, but I don't think I'm willing to spend this. So, oh well, it's going to fail. Okay, 1 more month tick. I forgot to save a diplomacy thing. Oh, Oppenheim changed. Ooh, we're a little closer. Hello, trade efficiency. What do we need now? No, still need 15%. Yeah, okay. Declare war. Go wait timer. We're good now. Austria. Right, and there's going to be a cost here too. Declare. Oh, we have good relations? Oh, shit. You know what? Screw it. We're taking the stability hit. In the year 1483, war were declared. All right, I'm going to immediately march on to Mainz and start getting that ticking. We're then going to go and raise... Yeah, I'm going to raise all my levies. I'm definitely not going to muck around over here. Let's go. Oh. Oh! Well, we broke our defensive league. I hadn't recognized necessarily. Austria, go kick their ass. Wonder if we're gonna do a bunch of separate pieces. We're mostly limited by antagonism still. Okay, our peasants have all just spawned. So if I grab box select, please, but deselect. Oh, it's no longer the army of butt kicking. That's too bad. Part of me is like, maybe I should just move on to worms immediately. But I could also assemble and look to maybe smack somewhere around. I don't know. Tell you what, let's do the thing. We'll meet up in worms. And then my two armies will be close to one another so we can reinforce each other if one of them gets attacked. Yeah, you're not wrong that like a little bit of a notification, maybe there was something of like, are you sure you want to do this? You realize you're going to be breaking one of your defensive things, right? But I know it's probably fine. Okay, so I'm going to split that so we don't get too much like attrition type stuff. Okay. Make sure you guys are still balanced after the split. Have you ready to reinforce a couple of places. Here we start with a better siege modifier because we've actually got cannons. Good, we're getting a little progress immediately. There's somewhere, they're here. Yeah, we can see the actual breakdown of things, which I don't normally look at, but it might be interesting to see. You can see the results that it's possible to get, because there's a dice roll, and then right now we got a +1. So it's 1 to 14, we got a +1. So the best we can end up with is the water shortage, but that does progress some things so much. But yeah, there's no way to get the surrender right now. If we compare over with the Siege of Worms, then we can't even get the water shortage. Even food shortage is pretty low, but we can push. Trade crisis. Severe trade crisis. No! I think we have to spend the money, which means we'll take out a loan. But the loans are just against, like, with our own estates, so it doesn't feel quite as bad as it sometimes can. How many people are over here? We want to start a siege there. I don't think we can catch you. You're gonna definitely escape. But maybe I want to stand in Frankfurt. Oh, no, hold on. I want to pull back over here. Oh, shit, that's a lot of dudes. Want to break the siege? And jump on these guys? I don't know. I'm just going to go and group these guys together. There's the loan. Now, if they go and attack north, it'll take us a tick to reinforce. Because we'll have to march there. We really have to keep an eye on this. Okay, they're moving away. So yeah, my goal is going to be to grab the war goal as quickly as... Oh, hello. I'm going to lift this siege and jump in this battle, which was predicted to be a win for our side, which I'm not entirely sure. Wow. Okay. Schwarzburg, which is our vassal, has insane discipline compared to Mainz. And yeah, we're going to throw in the extra dudes here, which actually might not even get there in time. But the progress of the Siege of Worms wasn't really that crazy. So I'm fine with breaking that. Especially going and smash such a big army. Oh yeah, they are falling apart. Did they lose one of their flanks? No, not yet, but... I think that's the first real loan. I think we did maybe get somewhere else at some point of this run. We just, like, queued up a bunch of buildings, and then we got an event of, like, here's some random expense, which triggered a loan, then we then immediately repaid on, like, the next month tick or something like that. But yeah, no, our money's been crazy. We haven't taken a real loan. This was still event-driven. Can I catch these guys? I might even stack them. I don't know. I'm not going to balance the unit. This unit should already be kind of balanced. Oh, you're running away, which, I mean, I can't blame you. There you go. We'll catch you here where we're going to want to siege anyway. Okay. Might be a full stack wipe. Oh, we took some damage, and it's not a stack wipe. Oh, Austria, yes, you can have my food. That's fine. Where are you heading to? Why are you having spare instead of telling me where you're going? Arrive in Berms. They're coming over here. And I don't know whether we're going to be able to catch them because of zone of control. I'm just going to split this army in half again and then just park you in the middle. I might not go to Frankfurt because I was a little bit paranoid about doing a quick reinforcement. Interest, that's fine. Money is overall positive. 10x. Yeah, maybe they might pull back on the trade maintenance, so increase the trade maintenance cost by 10 times with a new patch. Maybe they'll go and be like, you know what, 5 times is enough. Ooh, I would love to reinforce, but there's no way we get here in time to be relevant. Damn. That's rough, bro. Oh. Okay. We're going to move this entire army here. And here, I don't want to lose the siege progress, so this army, what I'm going to do is I'm going to detach a siege and then send everyone in here. There we go. Now predicted to win. There might still be some pain depending on the timing. Oh, no. We got there, like, right for the start of it. Excellent. Is it? No, they're the attacker. They get the river crossing penalty. Good, 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 good. Oh, yeah. We are smashing them. Go. They lost a couple of thousand people to our 300. Oh, there we go. We got artillery. We don't have a lot of artillery. Not really time for artillery. I think this, yeah, the 7th Army is our big dudes. I'm going to move all the peasants down here. These guys are super weak already. And I'm going to move my primary army back into the actual location of Mainz itself. Oh, Neidstadt has fallen. That's fine. It's just a rural location with no fort or anything like that. I mean, the people there aren't going to be too happy as they're getting plundered, but... that wasn't much of a devastating battle at all. Let me merge. We'll do this balance again, then split in half. And then move some of the dudes over here. I think, yeah, these guys are white flags, so we're not actually going to engage them. There's a big army coming this way. But we've got the ability to reinforce each other. Okay, they're not... Oh, they are coming here. Okay. Again, do this. So we're leaving the sea. Oh, they changed their mind. Okay, then I will also change my mind. I might have... Oh, now they're coming back. There we go. There we go. And we're here. We got the numbers advantage. And... Okay, we do have less discipline. Because we haven't really invested that much into military thing. Ooh, they're reinforcing, but the advantage in our... Oh, yeah, they're taking massive, massive hits here. Good. Good, 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 good. And with our light cav, so we're at the bottom, right? Yeah, because we're the defender. So we have a bunch of stuff in our reinforcements ready to go as well. And they should join quickly. Yeah, no, we're smashing this. But yeah, maybe what I want to do is detach all my cannons here, because... Oh, look at this. Look at this ratio, like 5 to 1. You think getting ratioed on social media is bad. Is there a button? So I just merged this unit together. Is there a button to specifically split off all units of one type? Detach support, detach levies. Because if I mouse over one of these, like, I can go and hold. So if I, like, find something that's cannons, there's a quick way for me to move all the cannons to this. Create armies in the middle. Oh. In the middle here. Thank you. Transfer all artillery. There we go. So this is an army of pure artillery, which I'm going to move over here to keep up the cannon bonus. That guy's just chilling there. I'm going to split this army in half. There you go. And just smack that little one. I might not bother going back to Worms. I might just hang out over here to be ready to collapse in on Mainz. Or I say that. Smash. We're gonna come over here. Smash this guy. Possible religious influence. I can request a cardinal seat? That hasn't come up before. Sure. Here, Strasbourg. College cardinal seat, granted cathedral, which gives us what? Like more votes and stuff, right? Also, ooh, literacy. Sure, Strasbourg gets a cardinal. Done. And I could raise more levies. I might not now. I think we're in a good vibe. I think we're in a pretty good place. Oh, it costs some money to do it. Okay, that's fine. I'm not doing any construction right now. I'm just making sure we've got money through the war. Won that battle. Siege, yeah, there's not enough cannons. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna do this again. So merge, split, move over here, be ready. We got to be ready to reinforce our stuff in Mainz the second it comes up. There's not enough artillery over here to get the 2 bonus anymore. Wait, it looks like... Oh, that's the people fleeing. Like, I'm assuming you don't have any artillery left in these guys. Maybe you just need some reinforcement ticks. Fortification expert. Actually, I think I'm fine with... Oh, that's discount to building. Okay, I'll increase the fort defense into place. I'm not building more forts, so we'll take the fort defense boost instead. Oh, shoot! Came out of the fog of war. We didn't see you. Run! Save my cannons! Oh, they immediately fled. Maybe... Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to split you in half. This army, I'm going to make sure to leave those guys. So this army that's left... Well, I'm confused. Okay, I'll group everyone together. Let's do this first. Make new army. Transfer all you guys. Guns. I could choose a general. I've got it automated. I don't know. So let's say choose a general with the siege bonus. Then from this stack, I'm going to split this stack in half and do this. So we'll leave a good number of dudes over here so we don't get surprise wiped on our cannons. I guess just to annoy them, I could come over here and siege this, which likely isn't required because it'll probably get auto-sieged later, but what the hell? Let's make ourselves useful. We've clearly been doing okay. We haven't really progressed in our war goal. We've been doing okay. Hopefully the damage over here is happening with our allies, and they're not just screwing up the war too much while I'm hyper-focusing on this area. Reinforcements now 0 outside of friendly territory. Oh, you need to cycle your troops. Oh. So the cannons won't be reinforced over here, is what you're saying. Does occupied territory count? Okay. Looks like our side's going to win here, probably. Ooh, laggy, laggy, laggy. I'm not going to spend my diplomacy here because I want it available for peace outs. That's tight. I don't think I could have gotten there with the reinforcement, but maybe. Yeah, all right. We clearly won because they have no morale, and our side does. Well, this should be fine. Kind of very accidental. Oh, we're even the defender here, and they've got a river crossing or some sort of terrain penalty. River crossing. Yeah, they're getting absolutely smackered. I could have reinforced here, but there we go. Okay. Yeah, make a stop in Oppenheim for a second. And there we go. Yeah, we have negative manpower now while they're here. So now they're getting reinforced. So even occupied territory doesn't reinforce. Oh, geez. Okay. So I guess if I were to take this stack, which does still have some cannons and therefore getting some siege bonus, but let's say I move these guys in, move these guys out for a bit, they get all their cannons back, and we could go back in for the next one. But I think I'm just going to leave it. Someone's throwing to siege worms, which is good. I could throw in a few extra dudes over here just in case they leave and reset it, but they're probably not going to get much in the way of progress anyway. Hopefully we are going to start getting some positive percentage here. Okay, not much, but it's there. Maybe I'll go to Frankfurt with this stack. They won't siege very quickly because they don't have any cannons. Ooh, you know what? I would rather not. That's a larger stack. This is an interesting move from Trier. Wonder if anything else is coming that way. Okay, I'm going to pull this guy back to here because we don't have to cross a river to get there. No, they just walked in here and got insta-stack wipe. Okay, well, that's lovely. You're going to Frankfurt. I don't have vision there. Ooh, there's too many dudes. Okay, let's just stop here. They might get a river crossing penalty coming to me. I'm going to take this stack. I'm going to split you in half. Move you here. And then I guess we'll just do that for now. Oh, they changed their mind. Okay. Instant stack wipe of 2,000 dudes. All right. Unexpected, but very welcome. Do this. Let me go new. Let me move the cannons that we've got, and I'm going to tell these cannons to move in here. We're just going to help out with the smacking there. That, yeah, left the Siege of Worms, but it's not like it had progressed or anything. I might go and take Benchen over here just because it'll give us some vision. Oh, there was actually something there. Because we don't have vision in these wooded areas. Now, they might de-siege because of the control of various places. Ooh. Or we split you again and reinforce in Mainz here. Because if we get jumped on there over there, that might be a little unpleasant. Remote institution is finished. Okay. Let's set you to do... We could help stabilize. Now, this one's the one who's really good at admin stuff, which could be just develop province. Yeah, I think I will just do that. Sort by pops. I actually might want you to develop one of our more important provinces. Yeah, you know what? Everything is pretty good. Pay the Nancy is really low development. Where the hell is that? Down here. That is really low development. But there's not very many people there either, which is part of the reason it's low development, perhaps. But, you know what? I'm going to do this place. It's low development. It's even got a town. This has got our town of Bitka. Yeah, I like that. Those numbers are going up, but we're going to reinforce our position. Oh, no, they've brought everyone over. Okay. You know what? Let's not mess around. It's not critical for us to siege this. Let's get our ass over here in case they decide to jump on us and break the siege of Mainz. Ooh, they're bringing everyone. So I'm just going to move in immediately. I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to get everyone in location, ready to hold this. Let me merge up so that theoretically we just get our best general leading the entirety of the army. Because there's a 1 in 5 chance we just finish the siege right now, which would be a big deal for us. I don't want to lose the siege progress now. It's taking too long to do it. I don't like all this armies running around. Well, we didn't win there, but at least it progressed. The worst thing is when you're positive number, but it doesn't go up because you got a really bad roll. Although we probably can't get the worst rolls anymore. No, you can still get a 7% chance of supply shortage, and I think this is the... Oh, that's still the garrison losing their strength, so... That is still something. And yeah, if I can jump on this one as soon as the siege is done, that would be ideal, but they're going to finish first. Ah! Oh yeah, and it didn't improve anything. And one of our friends is caught with inferior numbers, but they are inflicting serious damage. Come on. 1 in 3 chance now. Oh, hey, Thomas. Do you send signed copies of your book to Greece? I don't. So there's a bunch of destinations that are wired in through Shopify. If your country isn't one of them, best thing to do is to email me, quill18@quill18.com, because I can usually add it as a special standalone shipping option. So yeah, I don't know what gets determined here. What gets determined as their location. Okay, so that took a while. How do we feel about the situation? Do I want to go and stomp on someone? Well, if I could see an army, I would. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to move down here, and we might just let some reinforcement ticks happen. Monthly literacy. Oh my god! It finally happened. We've gotten a child. For the first time in 1,000 years, we have a beautiful daughter named Fishtix. Welcome to the family. So glad to have you. Yeah, kind of just waiting for at least one monthly tick over here. Now, if they happen to move into Mainz while we're doing this, that would be ideal. Okay, so we got one tick. What I'm going to do is I'll create the army. I'll move all the artillery. But yeah, they definitely need some reinforcements. And I'm going to go and move a quarter of the army in here to support them as well. There we go. Now, these guys, I'm going to see if we can do some damage. Instant stack wipe. All right. Ah, our leader, Glory Seeker. More army tradition, more prestige. Okay. That's fine. Now, there had been someone here a second ago. Is it just that we don't have vision? I don't see the no vision symbol. Oh, okay. Yeah. There was someone there. Now, we have a 2-to-1 numbers advantage, but we have the terrain penalty. Oh, there's multiple things. Man, that is fuzzy and hard to see. So no, topography, vegetation, and river crossing. So there's a lot of negatives, but it looks like the pure numbers game is going to win out. I really don't want these guys to be hit while we're away, though. I mean, we're not great, but it is working. Oh no, Fishtix left the stream, of course. We might flee from lack of morale here. No, there we go. Then one of their fronts might have collapsed. Or it might be a question of their reinforcements not coming in at time. There we go. So we did inflict about 2-to-1, like not at quite 2-to-1, but nearly there. And lots of war score. That's great. I want to go and step on these guys. Now, if it was going to take us longer to get there, I would have stopped for a tick of reinforcements, but it's not going to happen. We'll do a balance in case we need it. And yeah, we're mostly defensive right now. I mean, honestly, more offensive is pretty good, but no, we'll stay on the defensive side. That's fine. We'll jump on there. Here, we are going to count as defender, so we'll get the terrain bonus, which in this case is just the river crossing. We lost 300 dudes. They lost 3,000. I'm going to say that's a pretty good ratio. I'm going to stand this army in here, and we're just going to get some reinforcements on it. And guard the Siege of Worms, which is probably just... Oh, let's have the +2 cannon bonus. We have enough for it. That's good. You had to leave your wife behind for 2 years and lead your army to get a daughter. Suspicious. You know what? We don't care. As long as they're legally our daughter, we're going to accept it. Ooh, looks like our friends are going to lose something there. Meanwhile, there's a pretty big siege going on in this area. I think we're going to win, but it's going to be some work. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just accept the New World Institution right now for the research tick. And then research queue, we still have a few things in it. Yeah, lots of reinforcements happening over here, which is great. Speed up. Well, I want to get reinforced, but I also want to go and wreck these guys. Instant stack wipe. Ooh, hello, you. Let's go meet in Darmstadt? It's interesting that it's... No, you're going to Bensheim. Wait. How? Are you in Darmstadt now? Oh, yeah, okay. And now... you're moving down here. Where we probably won't catch you. Or we'll catch you and insta-stack wipe you. Okay. I don't think it's safe to go into carpet siege mode. Yeah, there's way too many armies kicking around. But maybe I will go and just randomly siege this again, just mostly for the vision and to give them a little bit of pain. Or oh, we can't get there direct. Another stack wipe. All right. Detach siege. Go and step on these guys. Stack wipe. Here. Regroup over here. It's nice to siege with foresty areas because then we get vision. Okay, that's a large number. They're moving into here. Are we going to get here first? Range to their benefit. No. Oh, I'm already locked. Okay, I'm going to have to abandon the Siege of Worms, unfortunately, to reinforce this. Because this is a serious battle. Where we're losing more dudes. No. They're losing more dudes. Their morale's lower. They're losing a bunch more dudes. These guys can't reinforce because they're broken. Okay, we're gonna win, but oof. That was a big one. Still, about 3-1 on casualties ain't bad. But it reset our Siege of Worms, which is a little unfortunate. All right. Wonder if I can separate peace out anyone and simplify our war. I'm not convinced we can. I should probably go and raise more of our vassals. Yeah, because I don't think your vassal levies don't reinforce, but you do get more people that are like they're still at home, but then you get more farmers that you're like, here, go and fight later. Let's see if I can jump on these dudes. Which war score do you need to take a province? Depends on the province. Like, I'm sure we could take some territory right now. Oh, hello. There we go. That might be another wipe here. Yep. Woo-yee! We do have a very good army. Let's see if we can chase this one down. It's going to take a while to get there. A long while. Oh, and then there's... Okay, they might be moving over there. All right. Let's return to plan Siege Worms. Legislative efficiency, which is really nice. You get lots of development. Still semi-banking on some money over here. We might have to pay some bribes or do something weird in between things. Keep that going on. Oh, did I raise my other troops? I did. There aren't very many of them. Tell you what, just rendezvous with this, and then we'll do maybe a little reorg on this. Our goal is really, so the province of Mainz, which is, I think, yeah, which is just Mainz itself plus Worms. That's our war goal. We will likely try to take more. Someone's asking in chat. And Frankfurt might, in fact, be an excellent choice for that. Ooh, a little bit of a loss there, maybe, but it's fine. Okay, the guns group can presumably still keep sieging. What? How come I can't? There it goes. Weird. Although, you know what? We probably don't get there in time. Let's just go and smack these guys instead. Stack wipe. Oh, we don't have any guns bonus. So we don't have enough artillery here. Yeah, they probably just need some reinforcement ticks. Stomp those guys in Frankfurt. Just absolutely instantly eliminated. Oh! Oh, this isn't just cannons. That's what's going on here. No, so my guns group isn't very gunny anymore. All right. I wonder if we stand in here, if we might be able to, like, hide. Probably not. They probably know I'm here because they own it. Although, once it becomes occupied, then I don't know. How big is this army? 1,000. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to keep chasing this little one, if we can catch them. Oh, we caught them somewhere. And stack wipe them. Good. Now, pull back over here. Through the south a little bit. I'm just scared of that 13,000 strong army. I don't want to grant trade monopolies. Ah, shite. Quick. Yes. Woo! Not a huge kill ratio, but we'll take it. Battlefield medic. All right. I'm going to group these together. I'm going to split them in half. And then go and stand some over here for reinforcements. It's interesting, this is half, but it's clearly less than half. But they must be really weak regiments. We're going to split this in half again. Group these guys up, and then go and kill these dudes. Not an instant stack wipe. But devastating. That was an instant stack wipe. Alright, just gonna stand here. 8,000. In the interest of being paranoid. Okay, no, we're fine. Let me go stand back here again. Let me go and smack these guys again. They try to run away. They cannot. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? What the hell? How do you have, like, infant... You must have no peasants left. When do you, like, instead of, like, crying the war or whatever, like, cry uncle? Oh, they insta-fled. I don't know if we can get reinforcement ticks while we're on the move. I mean, we're still in our own territory, which is nice. That's a fairly large stack. Any chance you'd be willing to engage? No, I don't know what you're doing. I'm going to take the treasury. Let's go stack wipe. Rule, okay. Artist, sure. I think that was mostly just on the way to something I cared a little bit more about. Could just build more cannons too. The artillery's not super strong yet. It would help with the siege, but it's not super strong. Yeah, the war score is kind of a little stalled here. Yeah, because we're capped. Plus 50% for battles, and minus 25% from defender ticking. The defender has the full war score from having held the objective, which is these two locations. As soon as Mainz flips, they instantly lose 25%, and it starts counting for us instead. Free trade of goods. Every pop in Offenburg, or strong guild. I don't. You say... Oh, it's this army that's lacking food. Well, let's move into territory I actually control. It is winter as well. But in theory, this province should hopefully be fixing them. We're a little over province weight, but no, I think we're fine. Did you have any guns? You do. And You're nearly full. Okay, so I'm going to send you in here. Hopefully that'll get us the +2. Siege-wise. Yeah, it does. Good. Actually, we saw the percentage go up. This should be okay. So I'd rather not move, because it would be great to just reinforce. Again, it's only our regulars that reinforce, but still. Actually, when you do a consolidate... consolidate regiment and keep empty regulars. This is what we want to do, because we're fine with doing a full consolidate on peasant levies, because they don't reinforce. But the regulars, I don't want them to erase if they hit 0, because they can still reinforce out of the manpower pool. Okay, so that's much better. Ooh. I don't know if we can get there in time to help, but if they're just stuck there anyway, even if we don't get there for the fight, and we will get there for the fight, as it turns out. Cool. You're welcome, friends. Of course, we're over 4 o'clock right now, but I kind of want to see this war through to the end before we stop. I don't know if that's viable. Yeah, maybe I should carpet siege a little bit. But the problem if I do that, those little stacks are just gonna get wiped. And without guns, like the towers, like I can focus, but some of these locations then get desieged. Like if there's if there's a capital, this is the capital because it's silver, I think, right? It doesn't actually tell me here. Yeah, provincial capital, but this doesn't have a fort. So actually, sieging this would be quite good. It would siege quickly, and then because it's the capital, it would auto-siege the others. On the other hand, it'd be really trivial easy for them to de-siege it. They did merge, but neither one of them was full on morale. And yeah, they probably don't have organized flanks. They're just collapsing. There you go. Yeah, I will take you and do this. And it does help. Yeah, if I do this and control and keep the empties. Yeah. That is going to keep this army fairly strong compared to regular random peasants. And yeah, that'll go on this tick. It's this 14k. If they come over here, I'll be so unhappy. You know what? No. I'm still going to wait outside the siege area. Just build some more cannons. I think I might. Again, because they're very small. But what we kind of want right now is just more siege. Someone's going to get caught there, but I guess not much I can do about that. And I don't want to give up the siege. Hopefully it just wins in this tick. Research better cannons. I don't think right now. Actually, we might be able to. And our research queue is nearly done with the meritocracy stuff, so we kind of want to go back to Age of Discovery. And it would be under here. I mean, first of all, there's a bunch of new units. There we go. The falconet is a type of cannon. We might just want to research all the better troop types. We were, picking things that give us money, but researching all the better troop types actually sounds pretty good. So matchlock levies. These are light cav. We do also have heavy cav. We might have wanted to really focus on a category, but this also unlocks training fields, which is training field building, probably better than the armory. It might be a manpower building. I could have moused over it there. It could be a manpower building, or could literally have to do with spawning units with XP. All right, so we didn't finish the siege there, but at least we got progress on it. Again, it sucks when you don't get the progress. It's manpower for rural areas. Oh, interesting. Big stack. Oop. Yeah, we're not going to be able to help you in time, unfortunately. Did we just pass each other? I was moving to Darmstadt, they were moving into Oppenheim, and we just passed each other? That's weird. Oh, shite. One of my cannons spawned where there's a unit. which is weird. I would have thought, well, maybe it weirdly passed through. Because I didn't think, well, you can't, I don't think you can raise levies where you're being sieged, but. What? What are these guys doing here? Did I click on army to chase and they were still chasing? Son of a bitch. I'm gonna lose all my new cannons. I didn't realize... Okay, stop. Stop here. Merge. Thank you. Okay. Stomp. Stomp. Good. Come over here. Okay. Throw some cannons in here. We get up to a +3 bonus. We did, although it didn't change the percentage. We might be capped on bonuses, which means we're a little late on these guns, but so be it. I don't think it's gonna matter, but I'm gonna. Oh, they already broke. Oh, and we ran into a random army along the way. That's convenient. I'm surprised this didn't instantly. Oh, their reinforcements hit. Okay. Detach a siege. Everyone else, come over here. We might have already been winning, but let's win harder and guarantee it. Ooh, I love that. Better than 10-1. Just stop in here, merge, break off all the guns, and bring everyone else. Split in half, and then go over here. Nope, I thought I switched my selected army. Apparently I did not. This one, split in half. Move over here. Also, this army is way out of balance. Look at this, everyone's on one flank. Okay. I have some prisoners, can ransom. Yeah, I don't know if, like, what the advantage... I mean, we can make money now. Do they get auto-ransomed later? Lose antagonism. Oh, we'd send them back some troops now. You know what? Screw that. I'm just going to hold on to them. Have another random cannon. Oh, you do. You're right. You know what I'd love right now? Civ 7 style, like, strategic redeployment. Or even Hoi 4 style strategic redeployment. Come on. God damn it. Just tick already. So we could probably end the war with this. Well, first of all, we'll be over 50% war score, and then we'll have to tick in our favor, trending towards 75% war score. Siege worm successful, finally. All right. Out of curiosity, what could we get now? I think what we'll probably do is we'll probably end the stream here, and then we'll pick this up, like, next time. I guess I could have just clicked the province, but yeah, we'd be looking for at least those. We're fine. Is it control? Hold on. Oh, it's control for the whole province. So if I control right click, and then if I were control click here, there we go. It's adding 2 locations. There we go. Yeah, so sort of one province at a time. Frankfurt's exciting, but again, there's the river territory that we sort of want to be grabbing along. Shit, they would take this as is. They would already accept this. You know what I want is I want the Black Forest territory over here, which would have timber. They're still... Are some of these going to someone other than us? No, they're all going to us, not Austria. The antagonism is pretty high. Okay. Okay. I will accept that the antagonism may be a little too high if we take all this. So then questions become, what if we just vassalized Mainz? We still get a lot of antagonism. But it's much easier to get these guys to be like kind of a bit on the loyal side. And then I might still want to do this. I think this is the same antagonism as before, but we're getting all of Mainz. Not immediately directly ourselves. Yeah, typical pacifist, not going to blah blah quill. Yeah, we're going to play it small. Oh, this is too expensive. Oh, okay, it's 95 peace cost. I mean, I do want the Black Forest, but maybe this is better. What if I just grabbed one location? No. This one? No. Okay. But like, I also take your money, which admittedly gets shared with some of my like co-belligerents. Well, you know what? If you're going to be a vassal, maybe I don't want to take your money. I kind of think we might just do this. And yeah, it's funny. We're not 100% war score. The most we can ask for in cost is 100. They're willing to give us so much more because they have no war enthusiasm. Take their money, gain opinion, getting it back. I think I like this. I'm gonna do a save because we're gonna wrap up the stream here. Vassal Mainz. This is before we've done it. The idea is I am just going to vassalize them, and I'm going to do that now. But our next live stream is on Wednesday. Potentially, I'll be like, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm just going to revert. But for what I likely think is going to stay, we're going to go ahead and do this. Peace once again reigns. And our interest will be with Mainz. We are going to... Oh, once I can do a relationship thing with them, is we're going to start improving relations with them because we don't want them to be disloyal. And we'll see what can be developed over there. Okay. I think that's quite good. And yeah, some people are a little pissy. But we still have our allies. We don't have our defensive pact anymore, but we still have our allies. I think I like this. So we'd be disbanding our levies. And our professional troops. I don't know. I was going to say I'll park back in Strasbourg. I might want to sort of, like, in this area over here is now kind of the middle of our territory because of Mainz. Like, maybe I park you in Speyer. You do this sometimes when I have you selected. Oh, for fuck's sake, you're not... It happened again. We're not still at war, right? I think these troops are stuck again. Which might be fine. Yeah, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to reload from the save I made right before piecing out, and I'm going to move my troops into my own territory. Yeah, red border. Okay, the red border is gone, but I still can't move because we're here, and to get out of this area, we'd have to pass through Cologne. I mean, maybe they're willing... to give me army access. No, they're not. Yeah. The same thing happens in U4, and I do wonder if maybe the armies should black flag. I think the army should black flag in neutral territory. You know, which is, well, okay, sorry, they're not actually neutral territory. It's in friendly territory because it's Mainz right now. But it's in a shitty neutral territory that I don't like. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream here because we've gone over half an hour. I'll do a save here just in case something weird happens that breaks the canonical thing. The idea is I'm going to revert to the save before the peace treaty. I'm just going to move my troops to here, then peace out, and then I can move around all over my territory. It's just kind of annoying. You should be allowed to black flag them with a button click. What we can do is we can cause them to do a shattered retreat, but then we lose half our dudes. Which I don't want to do. As a mission from the army, you can repeat... hold on. That's a good question. They're not exiled. And that's what the... Like, with Navy... No, they're just sitting there. Yeah. Yeah, it's just manpower, no big deal. Yeah, but that's 2,500. That's a lot of manpower to rebuild. For no reason. I mean, we're nearly at the cap. But it's stupid. And I'm not sure that there's really a good solution there. Other than the fact that maybe if Cologne liked this more, it would be fine. Like, maybe that's what I should do, is improve relations with them. But they hate me kind of forever. They might not be a bad target to improve, because even though we're probably going to be warring with them ultimately, no, there's no way to get them positive. Oh, they're my rivals. They'll never open the doors. Yeah. And to be fair, yeah, they wouldn't let us through. So yeah, I think the solution is absolutely 100% to do this one that's called Vassal Mainz. Just load this, move my troops, one problem. If I had pieced out while my troops were in enemy territory, they'd be black flagged and I'd be able to move them wherever I want. It's just the fact that they're standing in Mainz territory that is screwing our ability up to get them home. Mm-hmm. Did you get the latest trade? Stream seems to be okay. Oh, we did get the latest patch, Nico, and our trade, like, tanked hugely. Like, yes, we still appear to be making a lot of money. We were making infinite money. And maybe... maybe that justifies the nerf to trade. The fact that we were so wealthy. You know, I was just thinking, well, it's because we're brilliant. Now, to be fair, what we did is we maximized the money that we could get in the system that existed. Yeah, actually, if all I do is move to Darmstadt over here, that'll be enough. Because then we'll be black flagged and we can get our troops home. But I'll move completely here, then just open here, then go over here. It still remembers, it doesn't remember the peace deal. Never mind. We do this, we do this, we do this. We're in exactly the same situation as before, except now our troops aren't abandoned, which is nice. So, army is here, and look at this, we can move all over our territory. So I'm still going to park you in Speyer. It's a city, it's not a very impressive city, it's not even the capital of its region, but we'll move you there, because it's sort of middling within the territory we control when you consider a vassal. Okay, so this one. That's going to be how we continue on Wednesday, and that is indeed going to be the next stream. On Wednesday, we have more EU5. Saturday, I was hoping to be done with our Dwarf Fortress run, but we are not yet. And so we're going to be playing a little bit more of that, I think, on Saturday. Well, apparently Kiss for Luck isn't streaming today. Okay. Well, that wraps us up then. Begin improve relations. Yeah, we're gonna do some work. I mean, it's probably gonna be hard to avoid, but we are gonna have to do some improved relations. But yeah, our income was nearing 200 net income per month at the end of our last stream last Wednesday, and now it took a huge dip this stream. Although it will be improved a little bit. We're going to get some money from Mainz over here once they rebuild their economy. We are getting $1 a month from the Thuggers, so that's nice. And then Schwarzburg as well. Schwarzburg's doing well, but which makes sense given the fact. Why are they a fiefdom as opposed to a vassal? Is it because is Schwarz a monarchy and Mainz Prince Bishopric? Okay, so they're not a feudal thing. Okay, but yeah, in theory, when their economy rebuilds, we should be getting a little bit of cash from them as well. And then at some point, we'll have to decide what we're deciding to integrate, if anything. But we'll see. What are we getting money from? The Fuggers or Fugers, perhaps. Meet the Fugers. Someone could make a movie based on these guys. I'm sorry, what's a movie? I obviously mean a stage play based on these guys. Improving, reducing antagonisms, great coalition management tool. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing some of that. I mean, I could probably start now, and maybe I should start with Cologne. Really, it's like Cologne we might butt heads against. We're going to want to do Mainz, but we can't do it right now because we got to wait a month regardless. You know, maybe I will start in Cologne, and then we'll see what happens after that. So we'll do that, and then we'll see. We do have some allies, so hopefully the coalition won't trigger. It hasn't yet in any of the other times we've gotten a coalition, but I think this one is the worst so far. On the other hand, we are stronger than we have been in the past, so maybe that'll be a balance. And I kind of expect we're going to be building some more regular troops here as well. Especially as we get... Oh, someone said something... Sorry, I keep trying to end the stream, but someone said something that one of the pike and shot texts was like less good. Was it the matchlock levy? That someone was like, eh. Oh, this is for our peasants. Okay, so arquebusiers are a new type of professional dudes. Matchlock levy is 1% of valid pops will raise as matchlock levies. Why wouldn't we want that? It's not a 10x nerf to trade. It's a 10x increase in the maintenance, which was pretty low. But yeah, I mean, we're still clearly making money in our situation, but it would have made it a lot harder to get there. So I don't know. We'll see. Give it the peasants guns. So it could go around. People say matchlock isn't good because it goes from 2% of pops to 1%. Oh, you're saying that whatever they currently are, we get 2% of them. Now we're getting, with matchlock levy, we would get fewer pops as levies. Theoretically, they would potentially be stronger pops. Well, what I can do is I could just DQ this. We might still end up getting it, but the fact that it's not a new army type, maybe we'll just leave them aside. I'll probably get the supply convoy upgrade. I don't know that we need to prioritize it much. We don't really use them too much. Our operations aren't too far. What is this? The land necked. Oh, we can get this because of our culture. I think I'm probably going to reorganize the order of some of these things. Oh yeah, and the training fields. Yeah, it is rural, but it does give you manpower. Anyway, I'll if I just cancel the research queue. Yeah. Because what I'll probably want to do is reevaluate what's coming through. I kind of feel like we should probably grab our cultural unit. Without looking at the numbers, I'm going to assume that that's probably fairly beefy. Not that I can remember where it is. And then we may or may not get some of these others. But yeah, I'll add this to the queue. And then we'll leave it there and we'll figure out what kind of upgrades we're looking for next time. All right, folks. Probably get them last, if at all. They'll probably be best in the next stage. Yeah, perhaps. We're wrapping it up officially here. I'll see you on Wednesday for more EU5. Bye-bye, everyone.